All right, hello. We're restarting our severe weather coverage for today's moderate risk of severe weather. We had some technical difficulties earlier, but we are back, and we currently have five tornado warnings and 15 severe thunderstorm warnings across Missouri, Kentucky, Illinois, and possibly soon to be, Arkansas and Tennessee, where we have a PDS tornado watch currently in effect. We haven't seen one of these in over a year, and we currently have several storms heading into that environment and several storms firing in that environment. So we're expecting things to really pick up, as we have heard Bentley from the SBC mention that the peak would be from 8 p.m. to midnight. So we're going to be covering that beginning part of that peak. Alright. Right now, we have a very concerning supercell just south and west of St. Louis. Currently, we have Brett Adair and Brad Arnold on that storm. This is near Huff, Fletcher, Ware, Hillsboro, Morse Hill, uh, and all these other places like Sulphur Springs, Imperial, Festus, in the path of this very, very intense looking supercell here. This is only one of many, though. There are several supercells. Um, that we do need to worry about. All right. Um, they have actually just okay. No, never mind. They resumed they kind of condensed the tornado warning a little bit here. Snout this no longer includes Huff, but Maupin, Cottage Farm, Morse Hill, Hillsboro, Mappaville, Jarvis, Festus, Imperial. You guys are still under a tornado warning. Because this is not a good looking supercell. You can see the RFD coming in here with the reds and the kind of grays here. You have massive inflow with these blues and greens coming into the storm. If this tightens up, it's gonna drop a huge tornado. There are other storms we need to be watching as well down here in Missouri and Illinois, but it looks like a lot of this northern mode is becoming more MCS, more line focused, which is kind of what we expected here. Um, Sheer wants to say something. Go ahead. Alright, so I just put up the map that you just sent me on screen here. So looks like he drew some of the boundaries over the meso analysis page provided by the SPC. That yellow circle is where we have the maximum tornado threat right now. Like you said, that will move in the future, but for right now, that is the maximum tornado threat at this time. And that includes the storm near Alton, which is undergoing a cell merger right now. As we keep getting new tornado warnings all over the place. So, that is the current situation here. So let's look at that Alton storm right now. Right now, to me it doesn't look that impressive, but knowing the environment it's in, I do think after the cell merger could be very, very constructive. Um, they just issued a huge severe thunderstorm warning for a very large area. But that Alton cell is currently what seems to be the focus for the near future. For right now, I want to focus on this one near Cottage Farm as the rotation continues to intensify. I also have a little, very mini supercell over here, just to the south and west of that, that could just popped up here. So if that can sustain itself and grow, that could be a very big issue in the future. We also have other supercells that are pretty discreet at this time, heading to a very, very potent environment. Right now I have a couple special weather segments here in Mississippi for some cells that are firing to the south of our PDS tornado watch that are currently causing 30-mile-an-hour winds and 88.88 inch hail. Adair is right next to this thing. This is looking increasingly concerning. But right now we have just a ton of tornado warnings going out right now. They're all over the place. Currently I have 5 tornado warnings and 20 severe thunderstorm warnings. Here's a couple of them right here. Rotation near Galesville. Right in here, where you see those, or you see kind of those reds and greens are meeting. Right there. There is our main tornado threat for that. Moving this way towards Mahomet. I'm gonna say. Down here near Hillsboro. This supercell's taking a very strange. Is it turning northward? The cell's taking a left turn and might get absorbed into the line here in just a second. So that's most likely going to be going outflow down here if it's not already. We just got a new. No, this is not a new tornado warning. But this is another tornado warning in Kentucky, near Lexington, north and west of Lexington, east of Louisville. Currently have a tornado warning for Eminence, Bethlehem, Pleasureville, Cropper, Franklinton, Lockport, and if this continues, eventually Flag Fork in Kentucky. The heck?
Hey, you're fine. Back up point.
Alright. Our Alton storm tornado warning just got an update here. Currently, not crazy of a change, but let's see. Alright.
Come on, I mean, I'm saying we're DeSoto. I'm like, we're in DeSoto, Northeast Arkansas.
Yeah, that thing's like an hour away from the DeSoto area, though. DeSoto to Farmington.
Four tires while I was turning around.
It's not all by itself, but I mean, it's got a clean inflow to the south. So.
Alright. Love this radar updated. Or the velocity updated. I'm currently not seeing, we're seeing little to no initiation inside the actual PDS tornado watch. But I understand this is not the peak of the event. So, it's really a patience game for things to really get going here. I just gotta wait a little bit longer, I believe. This is from NWS Paducah, Kentucky. Quote, currently there is a very small cap in place that is preventing storm development. If storms are able to initiate and break through this cap, they will quickly become severe. Otherwise, we are just waiting on the severe line of storms to come through with the front later tonight. So it seems our issue is the cap right now. Although if I remember correctly, we've had events start like this. I believe we've had events start like this and still gone big. But I could be very wrong about that, but we will see what happens here. But currently, it's the main issue we're seeing is a cap. And that is what's preventing us from seeing big time tornadoes right now in the PDS tornado watch. If that cap erodes or the storms break through the cap, it will be very very volatile. Could become a deadly night very quickly. Alright. So, still got a trail warning over here near campaign for this rotation. That is currently a QLCS, possibly a QLCS spin up. This cell is getting absorbed by the line, it looks like, so that will become pretty non-tornadic threat here. But down here, near Steelville, could become our next big old threat, as it's heading into a very volatile environment with what I believe is STP values upwards of 13 and 14 in the environment it's heading into. So it is heading into an extremely volatile environment, and will likely, because this is a quite discreet supercell, possibly a nudger coming up on the back side of it even. That could really give it its push to at least tornado warning status, if not producing a tornado. But honestly, perhaps not seeing much in the PDS tornado watch is just letting this. Did we just lose power in St. Louis? What just happened on my camera? I think there's a brief power outage in St. Louis just now, downtown St. Louis. I think we just had a brief power outage in St. Louis. So that was very interesting. The storm is looking it's looking very intense right now. Based off of images I've seen, but yeah, again, a lot of these supercells heading into this environment. So like near Summersville, Willow Springs in Missouri, Steelville, Missouri. They're all looking like they could really do something big. Oh, he's got a new mesoscale discussion. A messy convective evolution. Yep. So that is just about our really messy mode. Not much of a tornado threat here, except for maybe this cell, just looking quite very discreet. It's kind of looking a little. It doesn't look surface based at this time, but that could change. Yeah, this cell's completely just been absorbed by the line at this point. Little to no tornado threat at this time for that. But these Steelville, Summersville, all these cells down here, even towards Mountain View, Missouri, look like they could become very intense here. Oh, I was just allowed to expire. So right now I am looking at these cells for a possible tornado in the future. In the short term, I be looking at this cell, which looks to starting to get its act together after a recent cell merger here, just east of Alton and over Wood River. It's like a little bit of rotation is trying to develop with this cell near Oakwood Heights, and we'll be heading east northeast into the future here. So really anyone in the PDS tornado watch, even though there's currently little to no convection in that area, that does not mean it's a bust. It does not mean it underperformed so much that there's no convection ever there. Uh, chances are, chances are, it just, yeah, it just didn't make it yet. Because something I'm not seeing a lot of people mention is the environment in this PDS tornado watch is untapped. This is an untapped environment. If a supercell can survive and develop in this cap, it will be very dangerous. It will be extremely violent. It's going to be a really dangerous situation. A strong to potentially violent tornado could unfold here. We saw with this, we saw something similar to this with April 2nd, 2025, I believe is what the day was. A very, very slow start, and then it really ramped up. I could be thinking of a different day. Correct me if I'm wrong, but. And not to mention, northern Arkansas, it can still really do something here. It is still a really potent environment across this whole area. So St. Louis is still under a severe thunderstorm warning. It does look like a very strong storm with upwards of 70-mile-an-hour winds will be moving through that area. Very shortly, in the next couple of minutes here. The heck's going on down here? Alright, so St. Louis, you are under the gun for 70-mile-an-hour winds and 1-inch hail with a possible tornado. Here. So oh, I thought we lost our St. Louis camera. Nope, it is still there. So our camera is right here, right next to the stadium here in St. Louis. So it's currently just about to take on the brunt of these winds here. And let me just. Alright. Yeah, okay. Alright. So we currently have 2 tornado warnings and 18 severe thunderstorm warnings But yeah. So these cells near Summersville and Mountain View, Willow Springs, are looking increasingly intense. Possible tornadoes can come from these cells here, and likely will. With time. These cells will likely be our next tornado producers as they head into a very potent environment. This one here has basically a free inflow from the south, so could very easily take advantage of that and produce a pretty strong tornado here. Brandon Kopka's just left the PDS tornado watch. Alright. So currently have 21 severe thunderstorm warnings, 2 tornado warnings, several flash flood warnings. Flooding has been a pretty significant part of our day so far, actually, with 12 flash flood warnings active. Two of them observed. And right now we have a PDS tornado watch and PDS tornado watch. Another tornado watch is not PDS. And we have, I believe this is 2 separate severe thunderstorm watches right here. And severe thunderstorm watch over here. So we have 3 severe thunderstorm watches, I believe. And 2 tornado watches, one of them being PDS. Tornado warning continues for Thomasboro, Flatville, Gerald, Royal in Illinois. I believe damaging winds is the main threat with this. Tornado threat looks to be dying off here for that. Same thing with this tornado warning near Hillsborough, Imperial, and Arnold. Tornado threat looks to be diminishing with that as well. We'll likely see both those expire. Looks like we have a blip. That looks like it's trying to do something here. south of Memphis. Currently, echo tops estimated around 40,000 feet just 6 minutes ago. So I just got a new tornado warning. Looks like an embedded supercell. Yeah, it looks like we just got an embedded supercell that just got tornado warned. Whoa, what the heck? What in the world? Find the updraft. Challenge impossibly easy. New mesoscale. Yep, we just got a new mesoscale discussion. In Arkansas, threat for severe hail, wind, and tornadoes will likely increase in the coming hours for portions of northern and perhaps central Arkansas. Watch issuance is likely. Sheer wants to say something. Go ahead.
So I've done a little bit of looking into the upcoming Arkansas setup, excuse me, that we're going to see over the next few hours, and it looks a little bit different than what we've already seen. Are you able to see my screen share if I pull it up?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let me so this is the newest HRRR run that I've pulled up here, and it's pretty close to what we're seeing right now. The supercell just merged into the line on the Missouri-Illinois border. Couple of updraft helicity streaks here up in the northern part, and it's pretty clear down towards Arkansas, and that matches up pretty well with what we're seeing right now. I'd say it's good enough for a first frame for this model, but I took a few soundings. This is northern Arkansas ahead of where the storms are going to fire, and there is a forecast, this is an hour from now, of over 4,000 Cape, and the wind profiles are a little weak. It looks like a hailstorm kind of photograph, but with this much Cape and the amount of storm coverage, any interaction could cause a strong tornado to come down. And it's clearly evident that we have a potent environment because our dew points are in the mid 70s and our temperatures are in the mid 80s. We've got 83 over 75 right now in northern Arkansas. And that's just a loaded gun atmosphere. This is our surface base Cape, which is measured on that sounding I showed you earlier. This is just a good map of it so you can visualize it easier. The Cape stays well above 4,000 joules per kilogram in northern Arkansas, which basically means there's a lot of thunderstorm fuel there. And even in places like southern Arkansas and very far northeastern Texas, might see some big hail and maybe a couple isolated strong tornadoes. It's not out of the question, especially when you have so much thunderstorm fuel available. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. The STP goes off of the scale on this chart that I'm looking at. That doesn't mean that there's going to be a strong tornado in the blue. It just means that the ingredients are right if it does happen. now we just have to wait and see what happens over the next 2 hours.
Alright. So there is that, and we just got a new at least update to one of our tornado warnings. This has been allowed to expire. The tornado threat has diminished. I was expecting that near Urbana. But, so, we need to be looking at Arkansas here for future tornadic development. That little Memphis cell we were looking at earlier does seem to be struggling to sustain itself. We will likely not see that survive. These cells over here do look, they might look like they might have just formed, which would be true. So if they merge, they might have a chance of punching through the cap if they haven't already, and could produce something here in the next hour or two. Alright. Alright. Alright, so right now we're looking at a couple areas of interest. Especially here near Ramsey. Where we currently have a tornado warning with a possibly significant tornado possible as we go later into tonight. So alright. Even if we don't get a massive tornado threat with today, a damaging wind threat is very much on the table with this huge line of storms. See all this yellow as I go past here. See all of this yellow, bright yellow, even a darker yellow in some spots there as I go past. That is indicative of very strong winds, upwards of 75 miles an hour. And most of these severe thunderstorm warnings are considerable for 70-mile-an-hour winds. So definitely a very dangerous situation over here ahead of this line. All right. I just don't know if these storms will survive. If they do, it could do something. If not, I really don't know. This one heading up to Memphis does not look like it will be surviving. These two supercells look like they are the star of the show right now. Um, okay. Um, so right now in Arkansas, we are pretty much cat free at the moment. Um, we are just lacking the actual storms there. But that could come very shortly, honestly. While in our PDS Tornado Watch, we're looking at more cloud cover, which is definitely providing a key ingredient into that um, cap there. Okay, alright. Tornado threat is still pretty. There's still a volatile environment that could produce a big time tornado. We just need a storm to take advantage of that environment. And then, because I mean, if we look back to some previous days that were slow starters, such as March 24th, 2023, things didn't really get going until around 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central here. So, so really, just because things haven't started going now doesn't mean they can't start going later. Everyone thought, um, oh, we just got an update on one of our tornado warnings. Why is my tornado warning count not updating? I have to reset it. I have to reset this too, bruh. Alright. Alright, there we go. That is fixed. Alright, so currently, big line of storms going. Just went through St. Louis. And we currently have a rotating supercell embedded in this line near Ramsey. Ooh, why I say it like that? Ramsey. So, severe weather threat continues even though there's not a tornado threat with the storms that just went through St. Louis at this time. Three-inch hail with this storm, by the way, near Mountain View. If there's not a tornado with this, it's gonna be some mega hail. So, widespread 60 to 70 mile an hour winds continue with this line. So we have several considerable severe thunderstorm warnings. That's because of these strong winds moving through the areas they are moving through right now.
See a funnel cloud in Uranus.
What is the conversation? Anyway. Let's look back at our Summersville cell. That's currently undergoing a cell merger. Assuming it's a constructive cell merger, we could see a tornado come out of this one. Right as it completes its cell merger. Definitely one to watch here. Alright. So this has survived longer than I thought it would, I'm gonna be honest. But it's kind of exiting that super favorable environment. To the point where it just might not make it there. We got some new convection starting to form in Arkansas right now. These new blips starting to form here near St. Paul, in between Jasper, Harrison, Omaha, Diamond City, in Arkansas. These could be the next storms to really go big here in the future, as these blips are, as discussed before, are forming in a very favorable environment. And we just got a new tornado warning in Wisconsin, of all places. Currently a marginal risk of severe weather with no tornado risk outlined in that area. But we do have a tornado warning in Arkansas. Or not Arkansas, Wisconsin. So Millston, Speck Oaks, Lapham Junction. You guys are under a tornado warning. It does look like pretty decent rotation here. This is a very mini little supercell. This is your whole supercell right here, if not less. So this is a very small supercell, but it's doing a lot here. That tornado warning will last for about an hour. Very strong rotation. It looks like over here near Twin Churches, Illinois. Yeah, Illinois. We have a tornado warning right now, and it's consistent over multiple scans. So that is a very strong rotation, very strong supercell there that we will need to keep an eye on. I can say the same thing about this storm over here near Summersville and Eminence. Anyway. Near Eminence, where we do have, looks like rotation is starting to form. Even though it's just very high up in the clouds. It does look like and it does look like this does look to be the most likely to produce a tornado at this time in the near future. Probably within at least an hour. We just got a new tornado warning for one of these Missouri cells. Very, yeah, this is near Mountain View. Just got a rapid uptick. If this looks like it's just finished a cell merger, I'll confirm that. But if so, just what, just to show what can happen after a cell merger here. Yeah, just finished a cell merger. Wow. So, yeah, we just underwent a cell merger, and this is immediately trying to produce a tornado. Very potent environment. And this one over here is trying to do the same thing. So, definitely might see a second tornado warning up here near Eminence soon. Yeah, this looks insane. I will say this is heading into a radar dead zone. One of, if not the worst in the country. So this will become very hard to track in the future, but it does look like we have a couple chasers that look like they could be trying to go for it here. What the heck? Apparently they're issuing special weather statements like 10 miles in front of the storms now. That's cool. So actually I have some chasers nearby. They're on the backside of it. Big time potential with these cells. Alright. This is a big time thing here. Alright. He's got some kind of update to some tornado warning up here in Wisconsin. It just does look to be starting to peter out a little bit, so perhaps we will see this kind of expire or be allowed to expire as it exits the warning area. This ain't towards Poplar Bluff, by the way. But this is right now over White Church and Peace Valley. Where we do have a tornado warning for very tight rotation over this area. Alright, I'm gonna ask that you take over for a second. I'm just gonna be showing the Mountain View cell here. If you can take over for a second.
Yeah, screen share for me though. All right. Currently, the Mountain View cell seems to be our most robust supercell. Everything else has been kind of absorbed into the line, especially up north. You can't really see it right now. There's a few tornado warnings scattered up and down the line. If you're in Beecher City, take shelter now. They're going to extend that warning most likely. There is quite a bit of rotation, although it is very high up in the atmosphere. Sounds like there's a couple new severe thunderstorm warnings. And we just, right as I said it, they extended that tornado warning up north into Beecher City and even farther east into Shumway, Stewartson, Effingham, Teutopolis, Neoga, and Siegel. Coming back down to the Mountain View cell, it looks like it's going through another cell merger, which is a little bit more of a prominent one this time. Just north of West Plains, you can see that little spike in the reflectivity there. It's kind of orange just south of the actual supercell. That's our next storm merger, but the velocity has ramped up significantly. There could be a significant tornado on the ground here, just northeast of White Church and northwest of Peace Valley, wedged right in between those two places.
Alright. So I'm going to be taking a look at some of our new tornado warnings that are just now getting issued. This one just looks to be an extension into Effingham of this trailing up here. And our new tornado warning is a bit of a QLCS spin up here just to east of St. Louis by the Scott Air Force Base and the St. Louis Airport, heading towards Germantown, Trenton, and Breckenmeyer. This Summersville storm does look like it's trying to possibly do something after the storm merger. And this one near Whitechurch just looks insane. Honestly. Starting to see our blips kinda mature slightly near Diamond City. But here is our rotation. Right here in Whitechurch. We'll be heading east. Basically due east here. So, not New Liberty, Thomasville, Greer, Turner's Mill, Fryford, Wilderness, Handy, Chapel, Olden. Olden, it's kind of past you now, but Fanchon, Thomasville, I think I already said that. You guys are in this tornado warning ahead of the storm, and you need to be prepared for this to drop a big tornado any second. She'd like to say something, go ahead.
As this storm, I mentioned earlier when you stepped away for a moment that this storm is undergoing a storm merger. The new frame looks ridiculous. It's undergoing that storm merger now. It's forcing the occlusion or the dissipation, and simultaneously it's strengthening of the current rotation. And if you look over West Plains, there's a new updraft trying to start. That may be the next area to watch. I'm currently watching some chasers too. They're saying the same things.
Alright. So, near West Plains here, we're looking in this area, where a new updraft and possibly a new developing tornado is possible. Soon with this Mountain View cell, as the storm merger is forcing this so this cell merger behind it is forcing the tornado to kind of get shoved northward. It's kind of shoving it back into the storm. So the storm would be like up here. It's kind of just shoving it back into the storm instead of keeping it going south of it and keeping its inflow open. So it's gonna try to form a new rotation back behind it. So this one's gonna go die out. For the most likely going to die out here. We're gonna get a new rotation try to form behind it and kind of take its place. We have new convection also trying to form in Arkansas. got some new blips going up. So the threat in Arkansas is rapidly increasing as well. Alright, we just got an update to one of our tornado warnings where this one is being allowed to expire. I'm being requested to look at a cell which near eminence, or an imminent tornado warning may be needed. Tornado warning may be needed here shortly as this rotation continues to intensify. We do have rotation trying to form even down near Bakersfield, it looks like. No tornado possible attack on that yet, but that could be added in the future. These blips down here are also still trying to really try to mature here. It's gonna take time, of course. It never doesn't, but they are really trying here. We just got an observed tornado warning. A radar confirmed tornado. Oh! We got a tornado on the ground. Yeah, we got a tornado on the ground in Trenton. This is a big time tornado. This is an embedded supercell. So yeah, we got a big time tornado here in Trenton. Oh boy, yeah, that's a big time tornado. That is a big time tornado. If Trenton doesn't get hit, if it goes south of Trenton, it's gonna hit Atherton. And there we have a elementary school and a family restaurant. If it even goes south of that, could hit Breeze. It's town after town. If it just goes down Old US Highway 50 or East Harrison Street all the way down or whatever, it's gonna hit all of them. So yeah, we got a huge tornado on the ground right now, about to hit Trenton. Somersville also just got tornado warned. So now we have Somersville cell and our Eminence cell now tornado warned, and Trenton cell is on the ground. We can see the CC drop right there. You can see those lighter yellows and kind of greens in there, and blues. There's your tornado. Our velocity's kind of lacking behind a little bit, but there's your tornado right there. Possibly a tornado just went through Trenton. Looks like it just did that. New tornado warning in Missouri. Things are really starting to get going now. We got rotation kind of just forming. That tends to happen. Rotation's really forming quite a bit more. But let's check up with our blips in Arkansas. Our blips in Arkansas are really starting to really get bigger here. We also just got a new SPC outlook. I don't know if it's translated on here yet. It has not. But they did maintain a moderate risk. They just kind of pushed it back to compensate for the part of the risk that has already happened. So we just got a new tornado warning update. This one's for the one we've been tracking near Mountain View and West Plains. It's really heading into that poor radar coverage zone now. But yeah. Alright. New tornado warning update, or actually new tornado warning. Now up to 6 tornado warnings and 23 severe thunderstorm warnings. This is just an extension of this one, I believe. This one has been updated near Effingham. Rotation is still quite strong here near Stewardson, heading east. These cells are heading to an area of almost 15 VTP or 14 VTP. So very strong, very potent environment these cells are heading into. These blips have a very strong environment as well. But whoa, what the heck? Alright. Oh, there we go. Our outlook did finally translate over. Not any of the probabilities, though. Oh, the hail did. Only the hail did, apparently. But here is our updated outlook. We still have a marginal risk all the way from Wisconsin into Texas. Moderate risk for Farmington and basically all the towns we have mentioned previously. Poplar Bluff, minus St. Louis, and Mount Vernon, Marion, all these places, still under a moderate risk. Enhanced risk all the way up from Bloomington area, all the way down into Little Rock and Hot Springs. Slight risk from Lafayette down to Dallas. And we got tornado warnings all the way up and down the enhanced and moderate risk right now. We're probably about to see a bunch of tornado warnings go up in our southern area of the enhanced risk, as we got our blips really starting to pick up here. It's got a new mesoscale discussion. Alright. We got two rotations in this tournament right now. You got this one near Aviston and Breeze, and you got one just in front of Van Lucille in Germantown. Currently pretty strong looking rotation there. Ellington, there's what looks to be a strong tornado, or strong rotation heading your way. Over here, it's really just like a mess right now, but there's no really good way to see this rotation at this time. But this one looks like a big one as well. Definitely got that look to it. It just looks big. You know, okay, same thing about this one. As it looks big, you could see the RFD coming in, as well as the inflow. So we're starting to tighten up here, just to southwest of Ellington, Missouri. Farmington is a pretty big town. It has 2 hospitals and a Domino's and Applebee's. So if Farmington gets hit and a trail touches down, the Applebee's will be my biggest priority, and that's a joke. Alright. Whoa, calm yourself. That is insane looking signature right there. That is a pretty intense signature right there. This storm just got updated. It's got a little condensed there. Right here, still a very strong rotation. If I turn on the storm relative velocity, it will really tell you the actual strength of the. It will really tell you the actual strength of the rotation here, because this kind of minuses. It takes values and minuses the storm motion from it. So here is how strong your rotation really is. It's pretty strong. It's very tight right in here. Your trail would be right in there. So just, there's your tornado. Assuming there's a tornado down, it would be right there. You wouldn't be able to see anything, even if it was. Yeah, this is looking bigger and bigger. Heading towards Ellington. This one looks big. Alright. That's a big tornado. Even though the resolution, the quality's not as high as it ideally could be. There's your RFD. There is your inflow. Tornado would be right in here. Oh shoot. Alright, we got a tornado, another tornado on the ground here. Yeah, we got another tornado on the ground. Oh, right here. Here is your tornado. That's totally a tornado. You got your there's debris. But there is your tornado. So, tornado on the ground. This is heading towards Beckham. I'm typing that one to Google Translate.
Carlisle.
Carlisle. Okay. So if you're in Carlisle, you got a big tornado. You got a huge tornado. This is a huge tornado. Yeah, this is a huge tornado. About to hit Carlisle. Check up on these cells. Ellington. About to get a big time smack in the face. There's your rotation. There's your debris ball. Your CC drop where you got that debris in the air. It's being picked up. Wow. It's crazy. Alright, big time tornado here. Huge tornado. This is near Royal Lake Resort. Oh shit. He goes straight to Carlisle. huge tornado about to go straight into Carlisle. This is a big time tornado. This blue you see here, that is your tornado. Big time tornado. About to go straight into Carlisle. It's very strong. Whole supercells right here. Just waiting for our velocity update. There it is. Yeah, this is a strong tornado. Just got a extension of a tornado warning here. For this rotation, northeast of Effingham, going towards Greenup and Toledo, Illinois. The Farmington cell isn't looking the greatest right now. The amount of it's a bunch of cells kind of rammed into it. It's looking a little messy there. This is looking significant. And so is this one. Just wow. So it looks like debris could be going maybe about 10,000 feet up. PDS tornado warning. There it is. Alright. We just got a PDS tornado warning. We just got a PDS tornado warning for this storm. And it's now hitting Carlisle. Alright. This is our first PDS of the night. Likely not our last. But we got now a PDS tornado warning. It's in Carlisle. I want to say that maybe it might be cycling here, because it looks like perhaps there is it's kind of spreading out. So perhaps it's cycling as it entered Carlisle and it's not actually in town. That's all we can really hope for there. There's definitely touchdown next to Germantown. Just kind of tornado did this. There's our tornado track. That we know of right now. But the PDS tornado warning for Salem, Alma, Sandoval, Odin, Central City, Junction City, all those places. You got PDS tornado warning now. And boy. So this is the time that the SBC said would be peak time, and now we're seeing all these we're seeing our first PDS tornado warning. And who knows, maybe this one near Alton is on the ground producing a big tornado, but we would have no clue because of the kind of lack of radar coverage here. Wouldn't be surprised to get a tornado warning over here northwest of Lanton on the southern edge of Missouri there. These blips in Arkansas are becoming less of blips and more of supercells as they begin to mature. Let's go back to our PDS tornado warning in Carlisle. What's it doing? No, I would. That's still on the ground for sure, I would think. Is it stalling over Carlisle right now? This could be stalling over Carlisle right now. But we still got some areas to watch down here in the south. We just got a tornado watch issued with the tornado probability 60/40. PDS tornado watch still in effect for 3 more hours. So, in fact, we just got a 140 to 170 mesoscale discussion just issued. We're gonna read that for a second here. Tornado potential appears to be increasing across south central to southeast Missouri as a trio of supercells migrate to a strongly sheared environment. So it's definitely picking up here. Where'd our PDS tornado watch go? Oh, it's back. I think it just got updated, maybe. I think maybe there's just an update and then it glitched. I don't know, but still got a PDS tornado watch and a PDS tornado warning in Carlisle. It does appear to be it's either lifted or out of town. So, yeah. Boy. So, if you were in Huey, it's basically right there. Do you think Eastern Kentucky, for example, London, Kentucky, will be bad tonight? London, Kentucky? London, Kentucky is right now in a marginal risk of severe weather. Really, I don't think they're gonna get too much tonight. If they do get anything tonight, it would likely just be a little wind, just be a wind threat over there. Tornado threat looks extremely unlikely over there. But PDS tornado line continues over here. Let's look in Texas real quick. Alright, this is no longer PDS, so we no longer have a PDS tornado warning. So we are going to do, there we go. Still an observed tornado warning, just no longer PDS. Just exited Carlisle. So there we go. Carlisle. Tornado just passed Carlisle. I don't even know what that ping was for. Oh, is it even? Oh, what the heck? Why is it? Ah! Oh, it's being so weird. Alright. Our not so small blips over here are really trying to mature quickly. And I believe we're about to see these two cells merge into one. Is about to crash into the other. The southern one's about to crash into this one, and it could go this little this could go big here. Down here, this one's just starting to form, so not expecting too much just there at this time. We're gonna go look in Texas real quick. Whoa, what the? Alright. You got Lafayette, you got a tornado warning just to your south right now. What the? What the heck? This is an insane looking high level rotation here. Once we get to the ground, the more kind of it gets. Oh, we got a really little tornado warning here. Maybe it gets extended. I don't think so though. Alright, this is getting to a radar dead zone. This could be hard to track on radar for a little bit there. Although it is heading towards this radar, so that should make it easier. To kind of the further east it goes. That's a new tornado warning, I think. Yeah, we just crossed double digits with our tornado warnings here. And I immediately take that back because 3 of them got canceled due to them expiring. Well, we had it for a second. Well, had it for a second there. Then 9:30, 8:30 came. It ruined everything, so. Oh no. Big sad. What was that? Why just paid me like really sad? I'm like a little sad boy. What was that about? Oh my gosh. Yeah, this cell east of DFW looks insane right now. And why is the flash flood warning shaped like that? Shaped like it's about to be a tornado warning. Look, the tornado emergency, but it's green. Anyway. Alright. Tornado threat is increasing. Currently trying to find Alright, here's our first tornado warning in Arkansas. Just north of Salem. So there's our first tornado warning in Arkansas of the night. I don't know if it will stay as just one for the night though. Alright, these kind of blips over here looks to be, it's definitely doing something. It looks, they're all kind of merging right now. So that could either be really constructive in the future, make like a big time supercell, can really produce something big here, or could kill that all out and turn into slop. We'll just have to wait and see. There are trees down near Germantown, Illinois, where we had that PDS tornado warning earlier. This is it. This is kind of back in this area, right near Carlisle. But Thayer, you're looking like you're under the gun here for big time storm at least. Alright, so Thayer, you got a tornado warning right now. Salem, there's a tornado warning just north of you. I'm gonna assume the same rotation. Next, near Van Buren, this tornado warning here will likely get extended. Alright. This looks south of Lafayette. Alright, we just got a new mesoscale discussion for areas in Texas. So we're gonna read the summary for that real quick. Threat for severe hail will continue across northeast Texas for the next few hours. Hail sizes may be as big as 3 inches. So big. I believe that it's only a marginal down there, but hail threat could be very large. Actually, no, it is it's a slight risk down there. So if you're in Highland Village, Texas, there is a 0% chance that you see hail, but if you somehow see hail and a 0% chance, it could be significant. Apparently. That's cool. Alright, obviously we have this rotation near Thayer, but I might be looking at possible secondary rotation to the west near Viola, north of Viola, Arkansas here. Right on the Arkansas-Missouri border. Alright. Right now we have 7 tornado warnings and 21 severe thunderstorm warnings. 2 of them are over here near Thayer, where we have some decent to significant rotation heading right towards Thayer. And down to the south, we do have some mergers happening. Whether they will be constructive or destructive is really just for time to tell here. But the environment it's in, it could very well be a constructive merger, which would benefit the tornado risk.
Shoot, I forgot to tell them already. Carlisle. We're in Carlisle, Illinois. They look okay, just some small branches and things. Power's out. But I'm not finding anything major. Just
It's good to hear. Alright. Alright. Thayer, you got a big time, at the very least, rotation heading towards you. And, you need to be underground. Are they not continuing this tornado warning? They aren't. Really? I was looking at this one up here. Never mind. Alright. This one. Are they gonna let this one expire? I would be shocked. Alright. So I think I am going to probably end stream here. I'm going to redirect you here. There we go. So, I'm gonna end the stream. And the stream ends, you will be redirected to Max Velocity's live stream. So, possibly big so far. Severe weather outbreak has happened today. Major trail outbreak is yet to be seen, but could happen late into tonight. So, stay weather aware, especially in this PDS tornado watch. And if you're in Poplar Bluff. Alright. The final tornado warning and severe thunderstorm warning count for this stream is 7 and 22. All right.